Good morning, good morning, good morning to you all. This is your boy, Daryl to Motivate, here for another episode of Motivated to the Max. And I'm praying, hoping you guys are having an awesome Wednesday. And yes, this is Wednesday, Wednesday, Wednesday. I'm praying, hoping you guys are conquering. I'm praying, hoping you guys are still pushing and doing the things of what you need to do for the glory of God, for God's purpose. So before we even get started, let's do that 10-second count off so you can have your detox moment. The 10-second detox moment from where we're detoxing every negative vibe that's going on right now, for where we can be rejuvenated with positive vibes right now. So here go that 10-second count off. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we just knock that thing on out the way. And so all glory to God. So now we got rid of all the negative vibes. Now we're going with these positive vibes here on today and the rest of this week. So I wanted to come to you guys about, from where, how sometimes we all might want to be trying to do some things for where that we want to be accepted. That you want to be accepted from where that you want to be accepted. And sometimes how some of us might want to say, well, I'm trying to be accepted. I'm trying to be everything like that. Sometimes we all may have a problem on seeing the value within ourselves. So today I want to come with you guys on, do you see the value of yourselves? Do you see the value that you are? Do you see the value that you are from where you doesn't need everybody approval for who you are? I'm coming to you guys with that right there. I was doing some reading on this morning and yesterday, and one of my reasons was talking about do you try to be accepted by other people, by the world, or just by anything other else? Like, do you try to get accepted? But then we're not allowing ourselves to be accepted on what God had called us to be. So I was doing this reading, and one of the things I'm saying, from where do we want to be accepted by a certain club or a certain type of people and everything like that? They will probably have a do we probably would do something on the off end that would try to have us for we can try to be accepted by that certain group or by that certain type of people or some type of some type of club or what like that. We had to do some things that had for us to be accepted. But from where we would do things to try to get accepted for the wrong reasons. Because you got some people who accept just for the things of what you can do for the group. You got some people that would accept you since this person know that person over there, I'm going to hook up with that person right there, try to accept them into my crew and everything like that, just so I can try to get closer to the next person, trying to get closer to the person that I'm really trying to get to or anything like that. And so it's a time right now for where it's I don't have to be truly accepted by the world. I don't have to be accepted because I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. Let's keep it honest, open, and transparent. There's going to be some times from where people is not going to accept on who you are. People is not going to accept that you're the type of person that you're trying to stay focused on Christ, that you're trying to, you're trying to stay in God's presence. You're trying to stay in God's glory and everything. People are not going to accept it, and people are not going to understand on where you're trying to be at right now. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay that they don't accept you. It's okay that, that they're not seeing on where you're trying to come to right now. The only most important thing right now is to go to where God wants you to be at. And I was doing my reading and everything, and I was why? Because when I was young, I was the same way. I can give a small description of myself right now. I was an African American, pudgy kid, you know what I'm saying, who always, who was a pudgy kid. Like, he had like a little bit of friends, but I didn't have a lot of friends. But then I was like one of the type of kids from where if something was to happen, or like if that certain type of person that I knew that I was trying to be accepted in their group or whatever like that, I try to do whatever I can to be, to be a part of that crew or be a part of that group and everything like that. And so one of my main issues and stuff was from where when I was little is where like I would always, like, whenever I would see somebody they didn't have lunch and they were trying to figure out like how they were gonna get lunch or anything while I was in school and everything like that. They were trying to figure out how the way they're gonna get lunch and figure out, because they was hungry, they couldn't get their money right now. The parents couldn't come bring them no money or bring them no lunch or anything right now. So then some of them would come to me, actually come to me needing something to eat. And so I was like, well, okay then, cool. So where it'd be at times from where I don't eat and I just buy the other person that was hungry or nothing, I just buy them something to eat. And so, not paying attention sometimes, it was some of the people that was allowing me to be part of their group or well at that, because they allowed me to be in it because of what I can do for them. And, and I was not rich or anything like that. I wasn't rich and everything, but, I wasn't poor either. But I was the type of person like I can make ways on being able to help that person when that person need help, or, just be able to step in and just to be able to help and everything. But then I had to learn my lesson because some of the people that I was helping out and everything, they was not truly hurting or in need or anything like that. They were just saying that they was in need and everything just to get what they can get out from me. So then I had to learn a lesson from where everybody's not going to approve of who I am. There's going to be some people who are going to try to use you. It's going to be some people going to try to take control of you. It's going to be like, well, I'll let you be my friend if you can do X, Y, Z right here. Or you can do this part right here. Or if you can just step in, or, whenever I'm in trouble and everything, when I call and then you come running. And then, it's some people that would use like trust and friendship in a whole totally different way. Not how the way a true friendship should be. And so I had some people like that while I was in school. And so it was like, cool. So then I was getting to the point from where, I was at a point when I was in a young age from where like I'm trying to get everybody's approval on things. I'm trying to be like, I want to be part of the in crowd and everything like that. But I had to learn when I got older, it's like not everybody's going to accept who I am. There's always going to be some people that's going to be talking junk about me. There's always going to be somebody going to be like I don't want him around. I don't want this person around me or anything like that. It's always going to be that type of person. But then when I learned that from where God approved of who I was, God approves on me because why? Because God created me. God has given me life. God has given me joy. God has given me happiness and everything. So the most important thing for me was like, yo, God, like, you approved this because you created me. And so I was sitting there. So, I was doing my reading and everything like that. And so I was doing my reading. I was like, wow, like, why do we all do? I said, why do people do on what we do sometimes just to try to be part of a crowd, just to be part of like a group or a crowd and everything. And from where everybody is not going to accept that individual like that. And it was kind of rough when I was sitting right there. I said, well, man, like, why do we always do that? And then sometimes we all would do this thing just because, like, we may not have that. We may not have, like, them close friends like everybody else do. We may not have like the type of people that we actually like hang out with and sit down, laugh and talk, from where we actually can sit down, laugh and talk, or like, if they got an issue or you got an issue and everything, you can sit down and talk it out and work through the issues and everything like that. So then sometimes we may just, well, you know what? I just want some friends. So I just do whatever it is that I need to do just to have just to have people around me just to say that they like me. Just to say that they like me and everything. And so then, like, when I was getting older and getting older and everything like that. And so it was at the point from where I was starting to like just to be on my own whenever I was getting older. I done graduated out of high school and everything. I was getting ready to start up college and everything. And so I was starting to used to like being on my own. It was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to like do things on my own. If people like me, cool. If they don't like me, it's still cool and everything like that. And then I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going, I'm just going to keep pressing on my life. I'm just going to keep on doing and reach the goals that where I'm trying to reach right now. And so there now is where I'm trying to get to that point from where I'm getting to that point from where I'm in, I started college and everything like that. I was always to myself and everything, but I was the type of person like, and then when making social, I was the type of person like who will talk to a stranger in a minute, be like, hey, how you doing? And then, I'll spark up a conversation. And so then, people would be like, oh, he's like happy-go-lucky and everything like that. But then it was this, I had to get to a point right now and say, yo, it's like either you accept me or you don't accept me. But you know what? I know that God accepts me. So what's going to stop me from having my joy and having my peace and everything because people don't like me? No, I'm not going to stop my life because of that. I'm going to keep pressing on my life. And so I say, hey, how you doing? If you talk to me, cool. If you don't or whatever, it's still cool. But I was doing what I wanted to do was to say, hey, how you doing? And so then I'll spark up a conversation. My wife was talking about me when we was talking about this on our way home from somewhere on Monday. On Monday when she heard Monday's Live and everything. And she said the one thing about you was like, yeah, it was like you would have up your walls and everything. She said, but it was never an issue for you to talk to a stranger. But then like when you talk to the stranger, it's like then you'll have the moment from where should I let my walls down or should I keep my walls up? And so I was sitting there and I was thinking about for what me and my wife was talking about. And I said, yeah, you know what? I was the type of person like I'll talk to a stranger a minute. Hey, how you doing? And then like we may be talking about sports, like, because like in college basketball, I'm a Duke Blue Devils fan. But then so I get all the Tar Heel people, all the NC State people, Michigan State, you name them. I get in and say, man, how can you be a Duke fan? And then, well, I tell my reasons on why I'm a Duke fan. And I said, in the same talk, I said, Duke. I said, cool. I said, I like UNC. I like University of Chapel Hill. I like the Tar Heels. I like the Wolfpack. I like Wake Forest. I like Villanova. I like Michigan State. I like Kansas. I was naming. I said, yeah, I like all them teams and everything like that. I said, I like all them teams because them teams are, them teams are, great coach, great coaches. Some of the best players done come out of some of these schools and everything like that. So I'm like, yo, like I like the history on what they was given. But then, it never stopped me from like sparking up a conversation with somebody. But then, cool, we have a conversation. That doesn't mean that person approves me as for me being a friend or a person to talk to or anything like that. I just sparked up a conversation with them. But then guess what? That still wasn't going to stop me from keep on pressing for my life and what God wants for me to do for my life. And so, and I remember this one time, me and my wife, we was sitting down, we was having dinner. We was having dinner. It was in lunch or dinner. We was out and about. And so then like we were sitting beside a couple, a lovely couple, and they had a little girl. And so the little girl, cause with my wife Latasha being an educator, she always watching the King stuff about like with kids and everything like that because like she loved kids, and so. So she was like, the little girl was doing something at the table and everything. And so my wife was going to get some more to eat and everything. And then, then the little girl was laughing and talking with my wife. She said, hi, how you doing and everything. So she was like, hi, how you doing? And everything like that. But then in the same token, my wife was like, and then my wife gifted stepped in. She was like, well, what would be the best thing, that would help mommy and daddy if you can sit down and then you can go ahead and eat your food like they tell you to and everything like that. And then, then your mommy and daddy won't have to tell you to do X, Y, and Z and this like that. So so the little girl was like, well, okay. And so she started sitting there and then she started eating, so she started eating her food and everything. And then the parents was like, wow, like, did she really just like, she like, like, that's, our daughter, like, she is like, she's wild, but like, like, wow.